Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. What's going on? It's Thursday night, and it's time to talk about comic books. I'm going to review some lists, go over some things, engage with some of you in the chat, answer any questions that you might have, give you my take on things. Um, yeah. So first off, let's check. GTK Comic has a comment here. Why did Gabriel Delato release a Scar #1 exclusive, then absolutely kill the spec on it? Well, it wasn't Gabriel Delato that released it. It was Spectral Comics. Spectral did this a year or two ago when they had all those Spider-Man reprints. They had the red cover, then they did a black cover, and they did a holographic cover. I bought a couple of them. I got kind of sucked into that. So um, I think for a little while the value on those went up. So the green cover had a print run of 666 copies, and they decided, hey, let's rerun it again in red cover, and we'll lower the print run down to 333. So yes, it does. Does it kill the value of the green ones? Maybe a little, maybe a little bit. I don't think it kills it. It just knocks it down a little bit because people, obviously, most investors and collectors want the rare cover. The less print run, and so that's kind of what that is. And yeah, they're games, and you're gonna see a lot of stores do this. Spectral, though, I gotta say they have lower print runs than most. Right, most store exclusives, Comic Mint, KRS 616. If they do a store exclusive, it's usually at least 1,000 print run. Once in a while, they'll do an 800 print run. Um, Anything below 500 is definitely a lot lower. Um, yeah, they killed the spec on that book. Why Delato? I don't think Delato has any. He has no say in what these covers come out. He basically does um, the one cover. I think he probably did it in black and white or a sketch, and then he sells it. So maybe Spectral Comic. I think Spectral Comics bought the rights to the cover, and yeah, they can manipulate it. They can come out with a gold cover if they want, with a different print run. They could basically run the same art several times if they want to. Yeah, a couple years ago, that what I was thinking of, it was a Clayton Crane Spider-Man cover. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Um, sure they're still on eBay. That was like Spider-Man #1. Clayton Crane, I think, right? Pretty sure. It was a facsimile, yeah. All right, hold on a second. Let me share that screen. Yeah, there you go. There's a gold. Yeah, they had a gold one. They had a regular cover. I think they had a black one too. Yeah, there's the black suit one. There's the yeah, there's the holographic one. They just had a bunch of them. Yeah, I think I have a couple of them. I can't remember which ones I have. I'd have to dig them out of a box. But I think what people do now is if they send them and get them graded, they get them signed and graded, and you can see they're asking pretty big money if it's signed by Crane and autographed and remarked and all that good stuff. But yeah, it dilutes the value of the original print. There's no doubt about it. It does. But that's how these stores make money. They kind of make money a couple ways. They obviously have subscriptions. They sell comic books at their store. They sell stuff online. They make a little spread, and then their spread that they make on these facsimiles and these exclusive covers. It's fairly lucrative. They make pretty good money. So of course, if their people keep buying them, right? I mean, they're going to keep making them. So that's just the way it goes. Um, I haven't checked the prices of that Scar #1 Delato in a while. Let me see. See what's happened here. So the red one is somebody asking 75. Green one someone's asking 60. Someone's asking 50. Yeah, I don't think the green one's changed. I mean, I think maybe the first week it came out, it was selling maybe in the $70 to $80 range. But yeah, I'm not surprised that it's come down in value. What was it? $30 originally a buy-in on that. So yeah, I mean, boy, you're not making. I mean, think about it. If you're selling it for $40 plus shipping, yeah, what are you going to make after eBay takes their fees out? You're going to make $8, something like that. I don't know. It's kind of dumb. I really, if I paid $30 for a book and I was trying to sell it on eBay for 40, you're making $10. I mean, even if you get the buyer to pay shipping, $10, it's not worth it. What's your profit level on that? It's just maybe $4 or $5. To me, it seems hardly worth the time and effort. If I can't make at least like $50 to $100 on a comic book, it's not really worth it to me. So um, yeah, that's why it's called spec. The spec is um, sometimes the spec is good. They've always been suspicious of these exclusives, my friend. Exclusives get a bad rap. Many of them don't do well, of course. There's a handful that do. Um, you just kind of have to buy with the belief that I probably won't get my money out of this deal. I buy Delato because I love his artwork, and down the road, if I have an extra copy or two to sell, fantastic. If the value's tremendously higher, that's great. If it's not, that's okay. I'm fully prepared for the fact that it may not go up in value. So these store exclusives. That's what you have to understand with them is there certainly is no guarantees. Just like anything in the comic book world, anything in speculation. I see people opening what TikTok. I don't know why. Probably because I spend a minute or two watching the TikTok video, those live TikToks where guys are opening up baseball card packs and football cards, and I don't even know the players anymore. Like, I wouldn't know what a good who a good rookie is versus a bad rookie. When I was younger, I was collecting baseball cards when Mark McGuire was a rookie, Jose Canseco, Bo Jackson. I was really into baseball probably in that mid 80s, 84. I remember having Don Mattingly rookies and Cal Ripken rookies. And so, like, 1980s to probably 1991. I think the last time I really got interested was probably when Ken Griffey was a rookie. I bought a bunch of Ken Griffey rookie cards. And then that was it. Then all of a sudden, like after 1992, all of a sudden, like all these card companies started coming out and multiple sets, and it just went bananas. And they basically destroyed the sports cards industry for a while. Now, of course, it's back because um, just there's nostalgia for all that stuff. And now you see people opening boxes and boxes, and now it's all about just getting autograph cards and one of ones or one of 10 or these limited edition cards. I mean, kind of like comic books, right? It's just, hey, let's print something and say it's worth a lot of money, and people will pay money for it, right? I mean, a one of one Kobe Bryant card. I just saw a guy pull out of a pack the other day on TikTok, and I don't know. He basically said he wouldn't take less than 7 grand for it. He just literally pulled it from a pack. It was a Kobe Bryant one of one autographed. Yeah, it was a cool looking card, but and I guess it's worth. I mean, you're not getting any more Kobe Bryant signatures anymore, so it's probably one of the reasons it's so expensive. But still, $7,000. It just came fresh out of a brand new pack. I don't know. It's crazy, but that's the world we live in right now. Everybody is going crazy. Some stuff goes up a lot in value, and some stuff doesn't. But the Scar, yeah, it's just a cool cover. I mean, I'm a Delato fan. Um, I wasn't shocked when he came out with a red cover. I do like the red cover, but as you can see, what's the lowest price? $75. There's only a couple for sale on eBay right now. There's an auction starting at $50. There's a buy it now for $220. Seems a little overpriced. I only picked up one copy just for the collection. I do have 2 copies of the green cover. Um, yeah, there's still a bunch for sale around $70 to $80, but yeah, it looks like you probably have to wait until all the people that are priced in that $40 to $50 range. You kind of have to wait for all that to get bought and sold and all that good stuff. I do think eventually this will land at around a $70 price tag for the green cover and probably around $100 for the red. It's still a Delato cover. It's still limited. It's not like there's thousands of copies out there, right? It's still pretty limited. Of course, you talk to some guys on YouTube and they'll say that it's not. They'll say, no, there's hundreds and hundreds of these out. I don't know. I don't know that I believe that, but I think most stores, I'm not saying that they're not doing nefarious things, but they're within their rights to come out with another cover. They bought the artwork to that Delato cover, and they can, just like they did with that Crane cover, they came out with, I think, 4 or 5 different covers for that Crane cover. And all of them sold out. All of them sold out. So, yeah, it is what it is. DC and Marvel with this first appearance inflation and massive print runs, reprintings, variants, and have devalued the comic market. Yeah, you don't see like incentive variants selling for what they used to. Um, here and there you'll find one that's in demand. Like I highlighted one on my Instagram a couple of days ago that's coming out next Wednesday, and it's Strange Academy Marvel Books Finals number 6. This is the one in 25 variant. That's the highest incentive. Apparently none for sale on eBay at the moment. It is a Scotty Young cover. Man, there's none for sale. Amazing. I typed it in right, right? Let me see. What was the last recorded sale? Yeah. So yeah, all the $80 ones are gone. That just like yesterday, I saw them for 80. There was a couple for 80. Those are sold, and then there was one for on the 19th that sold for $100. I got lucky. I got mine for $35. Not bad. I found a well, I had found one store that still had a copy for sale, but I was not early on this. If you were early on this cover, um, Unknown Comics had it for like $20. I think 616 Comics had it for $15. So congratulations to anyone that picked this up early. It kind of makes sense that this book would have done well. Scotty Young definitely has a very big following, and he doesn't do a lot of incentive covers. He'll do like cover B's and cover C's that are normally that are just normal cover price. And even those over time tend to do fairly well because there is a big collecting market for Scotty Young covers. But the 1 in 25 issue 6 of a series that's ending, yeah, a lot of stores probably ordered heavy on the first 2 issues, but by the time you get to the 3rd or 4th issue, orders drop way off on just about any book. It doesn't really matter, especially a Marvel book. Um, but Scotty Young's a good writer. I've always enjoyed his writing. Some of the best series that he's done is Middle West. I don't know if you guys have read that. That was an image book he did a couple years ago. That was really good. Um, yeah, he's done some good stuff. I like his writing. I like his writing better than his artwork. I mean, the art is definitely a genre that people are into. He's kind of cornered that market. The what do you call it? The baby superhero market of drawing. I think he's pretty much cornered that, um, and he's doing well. I mean, his covers do pretty well. There's definitely a good collecting base of his covers, and this looks like another good one. I mean, it's an $80 book, so if you bought this for under ratio, you know, $20 to $25, you're doing pretty well. It's tripled basically in value, and there's none for sale on eBay at the moment. So kind of odd, isn't it? Yeah. But I don't know if there's any first appearances in this issue or if there's anything. Makes me think there's something going on. The book hasn't come out yet. It comes out next Wednesday, so we'll have to see. But I haven't heard anybody talking about any first appearances or anything. But yeah, hats off to anybody that a good. I didn't get a great deal. I mean, with shipping, it was $40. Certainly over ratio, but yeah, if you got it for under $20 or $25, you did really well on that book. But that's one that definitely had a little movement this week. I'm going to cover real quick. Let me get back here. Let me cover the. Let's do the CBSI top 10 report first. Um, yeah, here we go. Blow this up a little bit. Yeah, the Wednesday Pulse. Sometimes this is kind of cool to look at. It just tells you what books are kind of hot for one reason or another. Let's see. Ali says, "Hey everyone, I'm going on vacation next week, and I might not be able to post for the next week, but luckily this is a short one. One one complaint I have with the comic industry is that there are a lot of monopolies when it comes to distribution. Lunar Distribution, which is owned by DBCS, has decided that despite our six-figure yearly business that we have, too many damages and no longer accepts damages from us unless I don't know there's a hole in the comic book, a hole in the comic." Below is a photo of just one of the comics that were damaged in a recent shipment that they rejected. Both of these comics have heavy spine ticks. would be okay receiving a comic, and would you be okay receiving a comic in this condition? I would switch to someone else that has better shipping, customer service, but sadly, that isn't an option. But now I'm switching as much of my business from Lunar as possible and no longer buying from DBCS. Wow, very interesting. Other notable ones, yeah, this came out this past week. Star Wars Yoda #6, the 1 in 25, the Takashi Okazaki cover, selling around $50. I found a copy for 30. A little bit over ratio, but yeah, I love that cover. It's awesome. Who doesn't like that cover? Uh, the She-Hulk #12, 1 in 100. One store sold their copy for 225. Wow. One person says this is a great cover, one of my favorite She-Hulk covers. I'd grab this around $75 to $100 mark. This is it. It has great long-term legs. Yeah, you're not going to find that for $100. No. You had to pre-order that one. I got one for $100. I could not get it any cheaper. By the way, if you find somebody that sells 1 in 100s for less than $100, uh, definitely pick up your books from that person. TFAW, Third Eye, they're one of the biggest for incentives. And on 1 in 100s, they don't go below $99. Both shops do not discount their 1 in 100s. So if I've not found a retailer online that discounts the 1 in 100s. The 1 in 25s, yes. The 1 in 50s, yes. I've gotten those below ratio pricing, but never a 1 in 100. It's not going to happen. So your best bet is maybe you can find somebody on eBay. Sometimes you'll see a deal like someone just maybe sells one for like 75 or $80. I mean, they're not going to go typically way below ratio unless they just ordered way too many. And I don't know, it's a book that maybe it's a cover that's not that hot, and they're just kind of dumping it at a fire sale. But for the most part, Ji Hung Lee 1 in 100, yeah, you're not going to likely ever get that for $100. So this guy's saying pick it up for 75 to 100. He's dreaming. That's a complete dream. You're not going to find it for that price. 150 to 200 is definitely the range if you're looking for that particular book. The Wonder Woman 1 in 50, that cover's okay. Yeah, it's going for ratio, so that's not really that great. Deceased War of the Undead Gods #8, the 1 in 50. That might be a tough book to find just because it's issue 8. Not a lot of shops are going to go heavy on the 8th issue, on a 1 in 50 on an 8th issue. Yeah, a lot of people are probably not picking up that book anymore. So one shop sold their copies for $100. Another shop said, "Yeah, well, we'd buy it under 25." Yeah, good luck. Yeah, let me sell my 1 in 50 for $25. let me lose half my money on this deal. Some of these people are out of their mind. They're dreaming. They're living in fantasy world. Yeah, I mean, I saw that. I think I saw that as low as like 34, $35 on pre-order. It's a good cover. It's not bad. I didn't pick it up though. So what are you gonna do? These covers are terrible. Star Wars Santa Starros. What kind of name is that? It's terrible. Street Fighter. Yeah, those legs look natural. Sure. Oh Lord. Harrower. Probably the worst comic book name ever is this book called Harrower. Harrower. How the fuck do you pronounce it? Harrower? Harrower. It's a creepy cover for sure, but the name of the book is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's almost as bad as a celebrity named Shia LaBeouf. Can you believe that name? Static Shadows of Dakota #3, the Raza. Yeah, it's a cool cover. Raza's good at doing digital lightning. He's good at that. All Eight Eyes, that sold out pretty quick, especially the B cover by Stokey. I think that's how I pronounce his name. House of Slaughter, you got a nice Saladin Ahmed. Looks like a Matina cover actually. And Terror War. I don't know much about that. All right, so there's your Wednesday Pulse. Those are books that last Wednesday were kind of on fire. Let's see. Cover Fire. So these are just books that have nice covers. Last of the Barbarians, or Last Barbarians. Yeah, Haberlin. I've been talking about him. I mean, his marked covers were fantastic. If you guys ever want to collect some awesome covers, go look at his image for marked. He did some unbelievable covers for that series. Of course, there's the She-Hulk 12 being mentioned. Superman 3, Matina. Gunslinger Spawn by Tomaselli. That's a nice cover. Billionaire Island Cult of Dogs, number 6. Wonder Woman 798. The Swaby cover on Catwoman. That's pretty good. I'm not as interested in Catwoman anymore just because you're not getting Lotte covers and you're not getting Frizen covers. Swaby's not bad, though. Swaby's pretty good, but still no Frizen or Lotte, in my opinion. All right, that's kind of it. Alex Ross. Yeah, everyone's collecting the Timeless series. I don't know anybody that's collecting all of them, but if you've got the patience to do that. All right, last week's Hot 10 that I didn't get a chance to do over the weekend, just too busy with shit. Let's do it real quick. Honorable mentions. I got to use my glasses now. I can't see. All right, we've got All Detective Magazine, January of 1935. Obviously, Golden Age. Kind of a cool-looking cover. Ben says we've featured some pulps before, but it is such an untouched market. I'm not sure most would even know covers like this exist. Fine minus copies sold this week for raw for 21,500. Wow. Yeah, anything pre 1950 is just going to get more and more expensive. It's just, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's nothing I'm going to collect. It's too expensive. I'm not going to spend that kind of money. I mean, I think hedge funds are buying this shit. I don't think it's normal people. It's got to be hedge funds. People that just have too much money. I don't know. Hallows Eve, number 1, the second print, 1 in 25 variant by Stephanie Hans. I like this cover. I could have picked it up for $50. I decided to pass on it. I may revisit this cover in a few months. If I could get it under $40, I'd probably pick it up. I like it. I like Stephanie Hans. And I do think, I think Hallows Eve is a good character. Hopefully you've got her first appearance. I have a couple copies of that. Number 10 is Ewoks. Number 1, the Ryan Brown 1 in 100. I've heard that this book has absolutely no words in it at all. It's just all pictures. So, yeah, you could give it to your kids to read. Going for $150, way over ratio. It's a Ryan Brown cover. I love Ryan Brown's art. He always does a good job. I've had him on the show. He was one of my first. I think he was my first artist guest on my show. Was Ryan Brown. So I just have, I should ask him to come back on again, but he's probably too busy. He's definitely up to his ears in doing covers these days. He's probably doing at least 15 to 20 covers a month. But yeah, there you go. Cool cover. I think I have one of those coming at some point from Third Eye. I believe so. Number 9 is Captain Marvel, number 18. I think I have a couple copies of this. Was $5. Now it's 15. First appearance in this issue. I can't remember who the first appearance is. It's a female character, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't it the sister of Captain Marvel? I think so. But supposedly she's going to be showing up in a movie, the Marvels movie, which already is, the trailer is now even bombing. That movie's going to be absolutely terrible. Now, all these YouTubers though that Nerdrotic, Ethan Van Skyver, man, they're gonna have a field day reviewing that movie though. They probably are licking their chops. They can't wait for that movie to come out because it gives them content. It gives them something to talk about. I mean, that's the one thing. A lot of these bad movies, bad comic books, it provides content to people that love to just throw shade and hate, and deservedly so. If you're producing a bad movie, if you're producing a bad comic book, you deserve to be called out for it. That's that's the only way. Criticism is needed. I believe me. I've had people message me like, "Hey, you need to do this better." They've given me uh, critique on how I handle my channel, which is good. These comic book companies, these movie companies, they don't seem to care because they don't seem to listen to the fan base, which is probably aggravating as hell for people. I don't really care. To me, um, I'll go see a movie. I won't go to the theater, of course. I'll wait till it comes out on streaming. I'll try to watch something, and if it's crap, I probably like Wakanda. I tried watching Wakanda. I think I got maybe 20 minutes into it, and I literally lost interest. I think I fell asleep actually during that. I tried to watch it a couple times and couldn't get through the movie. I still haven't watched all of it. That's how bad it was. Uh, Maybe Marvels will be just as bad. I don't know. Maybe it'll be so bad it'll be good. You ever heard that saying where a movie is so terrible that it's actually good? So maybe it'll fall into that category. I don't know. Number 8 is Spider Gwen Shadow Clones number 1. This is the second print, 1 in 25, going for $50. It's a nice cover. I'm not somebody who collects Spider Gwen comic books, but it seems to be a pretty good model of these second print 1 in 25s. They tend to be hot for a week or two, and then they seem to cool down. So if you really want one of these covers, I would just wait a few weeks, maybe wait a month, 2 months. You'll probably find a deal on eBay, but save that as one of your favorites. So anytime somebody lists that book, it'll pop up on your notifications. Number 7 is Batman Incorporated. Number 7. This is the Thames 1 in 25 variant. New character, design cover, going for 30 to $50. So basically just above ratio. I didn't find that book anywhere, so I don't know. That might be a little difficult to find. Again, it's issue 7 of a series that probably most shops are not ordering 10 copies of, let alone 25. So I would be shocked if you found that sitting on a shelf at your local comic book shop. But maybe a bigger store, they might have it. But that seems like a difficult one to find. Number 6 is Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi Force Storm number 1. This was a Dark Horse book that came out a few years ago. Bunch of first appearances in here. 9 sixes are going for 200, 9 fours, $150. I don't remember this book coming out. I don't know. There's so many Star Wars books. Who can keep track of it all? Congratulations to anybody that had the mindset to pick up multiple copies of that. I wonder if Jim's Comics picked up any of those. He's a big Star Wars nut. Number 5 is Hedge Knight number 1, the convention variant, going for $70 to $90 in raw condition. HBO should be having a Game of Thrones show every season. It looks like this might be moving in that direction. So yeah, that's the Game of Thrones. I don't know. It's the convention variant. I don't know. Number 4 is Star Wars: The Force Awakens number 1. Kind of a terrible movie. Wasn't that good. But I guess Rey, that's sort of the first appearance of Rey in comic books. She's getting her own series. It'll probably be shite. At least, again, it will provide lots of content for multiple channels. So they're probably getting excited about it. Number 3 is Marvel Voices Spider-Verse number 1, the John Guion variant. Yeah, this is a cool cover. Just the regular B cover is going for $20 to $30. Yeah, it's a hot cover. Guion's an awesome guy. I've had him on my channel a couple times. Number 2 is World Tree number 1, the misprint, going for 25 to 30 bucks. This book isn't technically live, except that it is. Anyway, it looks like the printing snafu caused the cover to be too dark. Usually these don't end in a super rare book. We shall see. And number one is the Spider-Verse #1, the Marvel Voices Spider-Verse, John Guion, the 1 in 50 Virgin variant. I do have a copy coming from from Things from Another World, probably at the end of the month, because I elect for monthly shipping. It's a cool cover. I grabbed it for 40 bucks, $45, I think. So not bad. Going for a little bit more than that now. Nice cover. Definitely one of the better covers from that series, I think. So there's your hot 10 list from last week. There should be another one tomorrow. Probably won't get tilled until the weekend. Hopefully this Saturday I can do it. Let me check the chat here. We got Luis Ramirez checking in with us. We got Kenneth Bird. GTK Comics says, is the death of Mary Jane rumors true? ASM 25 and 26. The 1 in 100 and 1 in 200 are seriously moving. I think I did hear somebody say that as well. No one ever dies, they'll kill her and then they'll kill her off, and somehow, I don't know, Peter will make a deal with Mephisto or something. Who knows? But yeah, possibly true. Let me see. I may have. Let me see. Amazing Spider-Man. Number 25, maybe. The 1 in 100. I think I've got the 1 in 100 coming. Yeah, the new Avengers cover. It's still selling about what it was, 150 bucks. That's about right. I wouldn't say that one. I don't think that one has exploded. Is there a 1 in 200 for that issue? I don't remember there being a 1 in 200. I don't think for number 25 there is. Yeah. How about for number 26? Number 26. The Oliver Copiel. Yeah, that one's going for pretty good money. Well, I don't know. Is it dramatic? 224 doesn't seem like it's a little bit over ratio. There's only 4 copies for sale. 5 copies. It's a good cover. Copiel. Yeah, it's good. That might be one to look for. If you could get it under 200 bucks, that sounds like that would be a nice deal. 225 seems to be the cheapest at the moment on eBay. But yeah, good idea, GTK Comic. That might be those 2 issues. Make sure you kind of pick those up, breeze through them, and see if indeed the death of Mary Jane is in one of those issues. That is the rumor. Perhaps it's true. I don't know for sure. But it could happen. All right, let me move over. We'll do the cover price, movers and shakers. I think this is from last week. Yeah, April 14th. Some older books, some newer books are on this list. Amazing Spider-Man number 66. Nice Mysterio cover. Not the first appearance of Mysterio, though, right? It's just a Mysterio cover. But 9.6 just sold for $2,160. A 9.8 went for $1,800 back in 2020. Now over $3,000. Wow. Seems to be the trend. Captain America Living Legend number 3, the Mike Aldred Retro 1 in 50. from 2013. This cover is tough to find as Cap's vibranium shield is strong. This particular series was a four-part miniseries during the Rick Remender's run on the Sentinel of Liberty. The series was solicited and then was delayed a few months to better coincide with the release of Captain America Winter Soldier. That delay may explain why this particular issue is so rare. The shift in advertising and subsequent ordering may have caused this issue to become more of a limited print run. Adding to that factor, this is a 1 in 50 ratio on the third issue of a four-part miniseries. Yeah, that's probably a tough book to find. 8.5 sold in raw condition. Well, then how the hell is it an 8.5? Just say it was a raw condition book for $538. That's stupid. An 8.5 raw condition book. No, it's raw. Why is somebody saying it's an 8.5? It's only an 8.5 if it's graded. Oh Lord, what a bunch of morons. Um, yeah. So if you've got that stuck in your collection, pull it out, dust it off. See, I'm not going to highlight all this shit. Who cares about Flintstones? Donald Duck. Yeah, yeah. Peter Pan. They only do that movie every 2 years. Chipmunks. What is this? Jurassic Park. Tops. That's right. Tops Comics. I forgot Tops did comic books. They veered away from baseball cards for 1 year. The Max #1 newsstand from '93. I don't know. Wasn't there a Max cartoon once? I don't remember. I don't think you'll ever see that in the movies. Miracle Man #12, the Adam Hughes cover from 2014. That's a cool cover. Seems to be hard to find. 9.8 just sold for $500. Strategy Nintendo Guide. I probably had that at one point. I'm sure I did. I had a bunch of these Nintendo guides. When I had my first Nintendo system. Should have kept it. 8.5 just sold for $800. I probably had that. I'm pretty sure I did. I had a bunch of them. Oh well. Popular Comics #52 from Dell. One just sold. Man, a 9.8. Woo! How the hell is a 10-cent from 1952 get a 9.8? That's unbelievable. Sold for $6,600. That's probably worth it just because how many 9.8s do you think came from? I mean, how many 9.8s are there from that period? That guy no one must have touched that for decades. That's crazy. All right, I'm not going to highlight all this shit. Spectre #54, first appearance of Mr. Terrific. That's a book that I've been meaning to buy for a while, and I've just never pulled the trigger. When 9.8 just sold for $635. Wow. It's got a white cover. It's not probably the easiest to get in high grade. I was looking at high grade copies around 100 to 120. Probably should have bought one. Yes, I'm sure it's gone up way higher than that since I was looking at it. Terrifier #1. Some weird comic books on this list. X-Files. Oh, there's a classic cover. X-Men 268. I've got mine signed by Jim Lee. I've got my copy signed. I don't think I have a newsstand, though. Yeah, 1990s newsstand. That would be a tough book to find in good grade. 9.8 just sold for $1,500. Wow, that's crazy. Let me just move through some of this stuff. Key of the Week, Daredevil #131. Yeah, I love that book. I've got 2 copies of that bad boy, both in pretty high grade. 9.8 just sold for $8,476. Wow. Yeah, I don't have a 9.8, unfortunately. I might have one that's like a 9.2 or 9.4. They're raw. They're both in raw grade. One's a little bit better grade than the other. I might have one that's a 9.4. But yeah, I definitely don't have a 9.8 in that book. That's a tough book to get in 9.8. Beautiful cover though. I love it. Yellow cover. Bullseye on the cover. First full appearance. Yep. Can't go wrong with that one. That's it for cover price. Yeah, what else should we talk about? Anyone remember the adult 90s adult movie Jurassic Pork? Oh god. I'm sure you have an extensive collection, my friend, to keep you warm on those cold Canadian nights. Um, yeah, that's it, guys. It's 10:46. I'm getting tired. My bedtime's usually around 10:30 to 11 o'clock. I'm an old man. I usually take my daughter to school every morning, but tomorrow I'm golfing early in the morning. So I've got an 8:08 tea time, and the course is about 30 minutes away. So yeah, I gotta get up around 6 o'clock and be out the door probably around a little bit before 7. So yeah, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Golfing. I'm one of those people that loves to go golfing, and the earlier the better, especially in the summertime when it's really hot. And hopefully you're done by 11 o'clock, because by like 12 or 12:30 you're baking in the sun. So I am going to go golfing tomorrow. Um, by the way, I am moving into a new house in June. We just put up our home for sale a week ago Thursday, and it just went under contract yesterday. So the house is sold. Our house is sold, and we should be closing on that probably around the middle of May. And then we're moving into our new house probably around the middle of June. It's new construction, and luckily the new owners are going to let us lease back the house for a month, so we don't have to hopefully move twice, which is nice. Uh, Hopefully the timing works out well. The new home is supposed to be finished right around the middle of June, so that's when our lease is up on the house that we live in now. So hopefully everything goes well. The nice thing is I'll have my own comic book room. I won't be doing these videos anymore from my closet. I'll have a nice comic book room dedicated to my comic books. I'll have a nice wall with built-ins. I'll have special trays, or what do you call them? Shelving. I'll have special shelving in the room so I can display my comic books, which I'll change out all the time. So I may have different comic books in there um, every week, which would be kind of cool. I may have themes, like maybe I'll do an X-Men one week, I'll do Daredevil one week. Yeah, I'll have different themes going on in the background. So that'll be part of the show where I'll show you, hey, let's look at these books that I've got up on the wall. So I'm looking forward to building my own comic book room and just having it decorated the way I want. And I'll have space, and I'll be able to. I told my wife it's my room. I could do what I want with it. So if there's boxes everywhere, comics and comic books in piles, just keep the door closed. Just don't look at it. Yeah, GTC coming out of the closet. That's right. I'm coming out of the closet finally. Damn it. Me and Tom Cruise, we're coming out of the closet. Thank you, my friend. Craig69, he's not here, but he's stopping to say hi anyways. How nice of him. So that's it, guys. So hopefully in June, starting in the middle of June, I'll have my own shows from my own comic book room. Maybe I'll get a better setup. I'll get some lighting in there. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to be one of those guys that has the microphone there, and I don't know. It's too pretentious. This is not a professional gig for me. I'm not ever trying to make money off this deal. This is just me having fun and talking about what I want to talk about, controlling my own channel. That's why I don't go on a whole lot of other channels very often, just because I don't have a lot of tolerance. All right, guys, have a good evening. I will see you all this weekend. I'll probably do another live stream on Saturday highlighting the Hot 10 list from CBSI. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to me on YouTube. And I will see you guys later. Have a good evening.